Welcome to Life Mastery for Women. I'm your host, Jen Mack, Lady of the Mind. I've been studying mind mastery and emotional management and energy work and its connection to spirituality for over 25 years. And in this podcast, I help guide you out of your daily struggles in life in the areas of health, wealth, relationships, and spirituality. Life is hard, but your daily growth doesn't have to be. Join me 3 times a week as I lead you inward on a healing, connecting, and creating journey. Let's go get that nugget of inspiration towards your transformation. Hey ladies, it's Jen Mack, Lady of the Mind. Welcome to today's episode where I hope I am finding you taking full responsibility for your life, your dreams, your goals, your everything. If you're not taking full responsibility, then it is my intention that in today's episode I give you just one nugget of inspiration towards your transformation. Now, I've been an entrepreneur for a very, very long time. And probably the last 10 years probably 12 years I've been like a life coach, and then 10 years I started out as a life coach, and then 10 years I've been like an energy coach. Like really, for 25 years I've been studying energy work and emotions and psychology and behavior, neuro-linguistic programming, meditation, the law of attraction, stuff like that. Like, 'cause I really wanted to get in the driver's seat of my car, and I knew it was possible when I learned about meditation. I kind of stumbled upon it accidentally, but I really wanted to get in the driver's seat of my own life. And I knew that it was possible. I just kept firmly believing that. And when, now fast forward several years and I'm thinking, I really want to not just learn this on a logical level, but I want to start internalizing this. And when that happened, I became more intuitive, and that became a lot of fun. And then I brought intuition into my coaching business, and that was a lot of fun. And now I can not only tap into my own intuition, my own gut instincts, but I can help tap into my clients, and I can feel what they feel. And so I'm more clairsentient, which is I can feel others' feelings through their energy. Sometimes clairaudient, mostly clairaudient when it comes to my own intuition, not so much with my clients, but clairsentient for sure. And then claircognizant, which is the all-knowing, not the all-knowing. I'm not the all-knowing, but then I just know. I just know that this is the right path, or I know that this is the wrong path. So like that. The other one's not so much. But anyway, we're not talking about the clairs today. But then when I started moving now into my business, I would learn about my business. I would hone my skill. I would become a perfectionist when it came to my coaching and my clients and how I interrelate with them. And when I have coaching clients sit across from me at our booth, that I'm I am really loving my coaching process. And now as a business owner, I'm ready to start having group coaching programs, and I want to do women's retreats, and I want to be on stage and doing live events. And I really want to give people a broad but deep experience with the work that I do. And the thing that I'm avoiding, that I've been avoiding for years, starts with an M, ends with marketing. And I'm I hate marketing. I hate it. But in that hate, guess what's not getting done? Well, the marketing's not getting done. And when the marketing's not getting done, we're not getting any more clients, right? And so I start programs, I run programs, my results aren't that great. And I'm just dude, what is up? So I'm talking to my dad today, and we're going to have a call here in a little bit. And we're going to talk about business, and we're going to talk about marketing. And one of the things that came to me that I was saying to him on the phone just a little bit ago is we don't do the things that we're avoiding. And those are the things that are going to launch us into the next stage of success. And I'm dang it, and I know that is true. I know that is true. So I dove a little bit deeper into some research to figure out what is it that stops us from doing the thing that we know we must do, but we're avoiding. Whether that is, I'll eat better tomorrow, or I'll stop drinking next week, or I'll stop sugar next time, I'll make a better choice next time. And that's the thing that we're avoiding. So first of all, if you don't have your journal, go get your journal. I'm going to load this one up with a lot of powerful questions for you. And I want you to write those questions down, because I think this is when we become so engrossed in our lives at a certain level that outside of that comfort zone is so uncomfortable that Everything about our body and our subconscious mind's like, no, we need to stay where we are. Otherwise, we might die. Now, I have done a couple of podcasts where I talk about our subconscious mind and how it's always protecting us. But lo and behold, we have another faculty about our thinking. Remember, our faculties are like perception, conception, ideas, imagination, visualization. I'm trying to think of what the other ones are, but those are all different ways that our mind perceives the world. Okay, it's called, and it's a very, very old term. I love reading really old books on the law of attraction because they definitely simplify things more, but these are old, like 1900s. And the word faculties is different ways that our brain works, okay? And sometimes I use it because I think it's fun. So when we are faced with something, we have a goal and that goal is outside of our comfort zone. I want you to write that down. My goal is outside of my comfort zone. Now, it's a bitch that it's outside of your comfort zone, but listen, because it's outside of our comfort zone, we are expanding ourselves. Remember, our spirit, the reason that we're here is for expansion. We're constantly seeking expansion, constantly. That's why we can't stop. Our lives don't stop. We are constantly changing. We're constantly faced with challenges and obstacles, no matter what it is. Even if you have given up on life and you're not doing anything or going anywhere, you are still faced with challenges every single day. The challenge is the barrier between your comfort zone and the unknown. Now, because our desire lies outside of our comfort zone, we know that in that space, there's a decision to be made. Do I want that goal? Do I want that desire? Because we are going to constantly be pushing at the edges of our comfort zone, which can be great. And if you're like me and you're in the personal development field, that's like gold right there, especially if you understand how to get through the comfort zone. And you have mind faculties that will help you. And I want to talk about that today. But I want to ask you a couple of questions. First of all, one, yes or no? Do you want the desire? Do you want the desire? Can you see yourself with the desire? Does it conjure a positive emotion when you think about it? And do you know how to get it? So sometimes these questions they're yes or no questions. They're great ways to ask just to help you kind of clear out the crap, right? To think, do I really want it? Well, the answer is no. Well, then you're not going to get it. You will never overcome the challenge or the obstacle if you're going towards a desire that you don't want. And I've told many stories about my personal training clients and my group coaching program, my boot camp, that I would individually ask clients, do you actually want, or what is it that you want? What do you want? And they would say, I want to lose weight. And I'm like, okay, so what do you actually want though? Like if you lose weight, what is it on the other side that you want? And they're like, I just want to feel confident in my body. I just want to feel sexy. I just want to have fun with my kids and not, get so tired so fast. And then I say, do you actually want it? And if there's a hesitation in their voice, that means two things. They don't actually want it, or they don't believe that it's possible for them. Now, the don't believe it's possible for them definitely is a hindering, because we're at our comfort zone. We don't know if we can overcome that challenge or not. We're not 100% sure. Or we think we can overcome that challenge, but am I actually going to get what I want if I overcome that challenge? Now, that is a very, very valid question. And that's a very valid question to write down. If I achieve this desire, if I achieve this goal, will I actually get what I want? And one of the things about asking it that way is it puts you in a place to think about the end result a little bit better. If I lose weight, will I feel sexy? And some people will say yes. Some people will say yes. If I have the money, will I have the freedom? Well, there's a lot of responsibility that comes with more money. You have to pay more taxes. You have to open different accounts. You have to manage it better. If you can't manage $1,000, you're not going to manage $100,000. And so there becomes another skill set. Well, draw a circle on your journal. Draw a circle on your page. Inside the circle is you in your comfort zone. Okay? Outside the circle is where your desire is. So outside the circle, write the word my desire or my goal. The line of the circle that goes all the way around you is the challenge. That's the obstacle. So right on that line, I wrote the word challenge. Okay. If I don't have a big desire for the desire, I will not overcome the challenge. I won't have the ambition, the determination. It's too hard. I don't really care. I don't really want it. You are going to know right away if that desire is something that you actually want to run for. So here's an example. Let's say my friends all get together and say, we're going to run a marathon. A marathon is 26.2 miles. That's a long way to run. And I might say, hey, I'll do that with you guys. And there's 5 of us. Let's say, yeah, I'll do it. And let's get together next Monday and we'll run a little bit together. And only 3 of us show up. Okay. The other 2 people, what is wrong with them? Right? What's going on? Like, do they not want to do this race? Oh, and they gave us an excuse. Oh, well, my kid threw up on the floor. My dog has to go to the vet. My husband, he got called into work, so I have to stay home with the kids. And we go, okay, let's get together. So we're all going to continue running throughout the week. Let's get together next Monday. Okay. The same 2 people don't show up. And we're going to be like, they must not really want to do it. We get on the phone with them and you guys don't really want to do this race. It's okay if you don't, but we don't want to depend on you or wait for you if you're not going to show up. Like the 3 of us will just do our own thing. And then those 2 people are like, yeah, no, I totally want to do it. I can't wait to go and I can't wait to blah, 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 and blah, blah. Okay. Well, we'll see you next week then. Everybody continue doing your runs. Now, if you know anything about training for a race, you don't just run 1 mile and then on race day run 26. You run 1 and then you run 2 and then you run 1 and then you run 5 and you run 3 and then you run 7 and then you run 5, right? And you keep building up the endurance so that eventually you can run 26. So now come week 5. And those same 2 people only showed up maybe 1 time and they're dying because they haven't run on their own. They're not running with us. So now let's analyze. Let's do a little bit of a case study. So the people that are showing up, the other 3 that are showing up to run with us every single time, and they're running on their own, and they're overcoming all of those challenges, would you say that they want that goal? They want to run that race? And everybody would say, yeah, right? Yeah, they do. And then what would you say about the other 2? They don't want it. Now, but when you ask them and they say, yes, I do, what is underlying for them? Here's my thought, and here's the meat and potatoes of today's episode. The very first thing that comes to mind is they don't want to do it. But let's say they do. Let's go down that road, because let's say you do actually want the goal, okay, whatever that is. You do want to lose weight. You do want a better relationship. You do want a better job or more money, a better career, okay? And then let's say they do really want that thing. The thing that is preventing them from going forward is what? And you probably already said it. It's the other 4-letter F word. It's fear. Fear, fear, fear. Now, where does that fear come from? It comes from our subconscious mind. Our subconscious mind wants you to stay in the comfort zone. It will do every single thing in its power to keep you in the comfort zone, because outside of the comfort zone is sudden death. When we were, hundreds of years ago, when we lived in villages and there were wild animals that were hunting humans, we had to follow along with the culture. We had to go with the norm. We couldn't break the rules. You had to go with, because you did not want to be banned from the village because you would be dead. You would go out and now you're by yourself living in a tree where there's Siberian tigers around that are going to eat you for dinner. Okay. So your subconscious mind keeps you safe by saying, hey, you know what? There's fear outside of the norm. There's fear outside of the cultural rules, right? There's fear if we move in this other direction, which is why it's so hard for us, why it's so easy for a lot of people to conform, because there's so much fear that if you don't conform, that you will die, doing anything out of the norm. So your subconscious is doing its job. But I think you being aware of it makes it so much easier to overcome it. Because if I really want this goal, if I want to start a business, if I want to lose weight, if I want to do something that's in my life that's somewhat drastic, I'm going to need to be aware that my subconscious mind is going to do everything in its power to keep me safe, to keep me in this comfort zone. Now, one of the next questions is, why do I want that desire? Now, this is what's going to help build the momentum for you to overcome the challenge, to overcome the obstacle. Just like I said in the last podcast, a dog on the hunt does not count his fleas. He doesn't give a crap about his fleas. He is on the hunt. That's where I want you to be. Think of a time in your life where you were on the hunt. Let's say if you have children, you're a mom, you go mama bear on the school, and all of a sudden the kid is really sick at school and they're like, please come and get him. And you are just like, you drop everything. You will quit your job, run every red light, drive faster than the police that are chasing you for avoiding the red light, zip in and out of traffic, pull into the school on 2 wheels to go rescue your baby, right? That is how I want you to be when your desire is on the outside of your comfort zone. That's how I want you to be. Full steam ahead. And someone says, hey, you need to do this. You're like, okay. And, okay. This is step 2. And you're like, okay. I had a woman in my boot camp that had that driving desire, and she lost 80 pounds in 6 months. And I say, okay, we're going to do 10 more of these. She's like, okay. I said, you're going to stop drinking Mountain Dew. She said, okay. I said, you're going to start doing these. You're going to start doing this at home on the weekend. You're going to stop eating this. You're going to start eating this. You're going to stop drinking that. You're going to start drinking water. She said, okay, to every single thing. And guess what? She got massive results. And she chiseled out like a mad woman. I mean, she was a mom of 2, still is, mom of 2, lost 80 pounds, chiseled out. And guess what? I married her. Well, we're not legally married, but engaged for like 13 years now. One day, maybe. Okay. So on the other side of that comfort zone is fear. Okay. Your subconscious is going to keep you inside that comfort zone. And if you go, you know what? I don't want to stay comfortable. I want to bust out this life like a mother fraggers, right? I want to do everything I can to achieve everything I can while I'm on this planet. Now, I don't know about you. That is totally me. That's my middle name. So when I recognize, because if we don't know what the thing is and we fear it, that can be very debilitating. And I don't know about you, but I hate being in fear. So I do everything I can to learn how to overcome that fear. And I have overcome a lot of stuff in my life. I have tolerated things in my life that I never should have tolerated, that I'm like, you know what? Screw this. I'm out. Right? I have quit jobs, left relationships. I have moved. I have started businesses. I have spent money on things. I have done things and taken risks to get to the outside of my comfort zone. And they do say, if you're an entrepreneur and you're listening to this, and whether you're an entrepreneur or not, doesn't matter. You're always going to be moved with challenge. But entrepreneurs, it is like game on. We have to be comfortable with the uncomfortable. And here's how you do it. First of all, you ask those questions. Okay, we already did that. So do you want the desire? Yes or no? Can you see yourself with the desire? That's a big, big question right there. If you can't, you're going to have to do a little bit of research and try to get the vision board stuff. It's like, what does a person who has a lot of money or a great body, what do they look like? How do they feel? Do I really want that? Right? Okay. Then does this desire conjure an emotional response in your body? Now, you're going to have to decipher the work it's going to take to achieve the desire versus attaining the desire, like already having it. When you already have it, does it conjure an emotional response? And that should be a big fat yes, because if it's a no, then you go back to number 1. Do you actually want the desire? It's probably a no. It should fire you up. Okay. Then do you know how to get it? Now you might not, and that's okay, because you can do some research on that. The actual steps might be something different. I would definitely look into meditation and bringing that future to you closer and allowing your meditation to help raise and rise your numbers so you can see a different perspective. Then that way you can solve those problems. Then it's, if I achieve this goal, will I actually get what I want? So here's the work. Now that question might feel a little bit weird. Like, if I achieve the goal, then if my goal is to lose weight, and if I lose weight, then am I achieving the goal? Well, yeah, I lost weight. Okay, here's the nuts and bolts of this. This is called the 5 whys, and this is the question why, not the letter Y. When you find your goal and it's sitting outside your comfort zone, I want $100,000. I'm going to say, why? Why do you want $100,000? I want a new career. Why? I want a new relationship. Why? I want a healthy body. Why? And you are going to ask yourself 5 times every answer you give. Okay? You're going to ask yourself 5 times. What we're doing is we are getting all the way to the bottom of the desire. We want the foundation that the desire is standing on. The only reason, pay attention, the only reason you want that goal is because you think you will feel better in having it. Okay? So we want to get all the way down to the bottom of the emotional reason why you want the goal. So when someone comes to me and says, yes, I want to lose weight, and I go, why? She says, well, look at me. And I go, I am looking at you. You tell me why you want to lose weight. You tell me why. Well, because I want to be sexy. Why? Well, because I want my relationship with my husband to be better. Why? Because I'm married to him and I made vows and whatever. Why? Because I want to have this relationship that makes me feel whole or loved, or I want my life to be passionate. Okay? There's always a why at the bottom of it. You want a new career? Why do you want a new career? I don't know, because I'm bored in the one I have. Okay? Why? I want a new career because I want something exciting. Why? Right? Because I want to give back to the world. Why? Because it makes me feel complete, in charge and in control of my life. Why? Because I want to feel the power that my life is creating a legend. That whatever I leave on this planet, I want to leave my footprint. I want to leave my footprint on this planet because I want to be known as a legend. Even if it's just in my own head. But I want to do important work because I want to feel important. Okay? So once you get to the bottom of it, here's the clue. Write this down. Put a little star next to it. Once you ask all of these whys, the final why, whether it's the third one or the seventh one, we'd say 5 because I want you to keep asking to get all the way to the emotional. You should feel fired up. You should get chills. You should get tears behind your eyes. You should get some sort of a positive physical sensation in your body. Excitement, that nerves of like excitement in your stomach where you're just like a butterflies. Tears behind your eyes, this kind of strength or this determination or chills or something. When you get there, whatever it is you just said, circle it. That's your key. That's the foundation that your dream sits on. Now, when we are looking at our desire outside the comfort zone, I want you to also ask, what are you afraid of? Okay, so when okay, so let me go back to the question where we did the 5 whys. If I achieve this goal, so if I lose 50 pounds, will I actually get the feeling of being whole? Okay? So that's when I was saying, when you get the goal, will you actually achieve now this foundational piece? If I lose 50 pounds, will I actually achieve the feeling of being loved and being whole? A lot of times, now watch this, a lot of times, the answer is no. And now, isn't that weird? Now, I just had you go through all of these steps to be like, okay, I'm getting to the bottom of it. Now achieving this goal is going to be attached to that thing. No, we only think it will. Listen carefully again. You can achieve that sensation right now, as you just did, by asking the question why. You didn't actually achieve the goal, but what did you do? You achieved the physical sensation. Now, there's magnetic magic in achieving the physical sensation by just thinking about it. That becomes the work. So I asked myself why 5 times, and I go, because I just want to be free and I want to be adventurous. I want to have an adventurous life. And oh my gosh, it gives me chills. It gives me tears. It makes me feel just completely empowered. But I haven't achieved the thing. But I achieved the emotional state. That emotional state is your magic. It creates this magnetic sensation for you. That's what communicates to the universe of what you want. Now, you're going to go get the job and you're going to get the body and you're going to get the husband or the wife and you're going to go get the health. But it is in already feeling the emotional state of it that is what's going to be the driving factor for you to go get it. That, my friends, is the gas in your car. Wait, Jen, what you're telling me is all I have to do is think about the goal to get that physical sensation in my body, and that's going to help me. That's going to be the fuel to get the goal. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Yeah, brother. That's it. You need that gas in your car. You need the emotional gas in your car to help you bust through the circle that you drew on your journal, bust through that line that says challenge or obstacle. You need that emotional gas to get you through. Okay, it's like taking a running start. If you're a Harry Potter fan and he's at 9 3/4 for the first year in the Philosopher's Stone or the Sorcerer's Stone movie or book, he has to get a running start. She goes, get a running start if you're scared. Get a running start. This is you getting a running start. You must, if you want to achieve success, you must use your heart and your brain together. You can't think your way into the solution of the problem. You can't think your way to the desire. You can't. Because fear is going to stop you. Because listen, if you have the emotion of freedom or determination or guts and glory or grit or tenacity, if you have those emotional states, then they overpower fear. They overpower fear. They overpower it, and you want to overpower it. You want your positive emotion, the light that's inside you, to overpower any amount of fear that could show up that stops you from getting your desire. And you're like, shit, yeah, are you joking? That's how you do it. You get in and you visualize your desire. You visualize you having it. You do your 5 whys. You get all the way to the bottom of why you want it until you create the sensation in your body, and now you ride that wave. Because I'll tell you, I was on the phone with my dad for, 20 minutes or so, and we're just kind of talking about what we're going to talk about here when we get back on the phone this afternoon. And as I'm talking about my business, and I'm talking about my clients, and I'm talking about the next steps of what I want to do, I am like pacing in the house. I can't even sit still. The energy is moving in my body, okay? That it gets me up and I'm pacing through my house while I'm on the phone. And thankfully for cell phones that I can carry them around through the house versus the corded phones that I used to totally strangle myself with the long cord, because I'm constantly pacing and turning myself inside out and wrapping myself around with the cord. That was always fun. And so as I'm pacing and I'm just I'm getting really, really excited. Well, that is my knowing that I'm on the right trail. I'm on the right path. Because as I talk about my business and I talk about meditation, I talk about energy work or healing or chakras or the law of attraction, I am fired up. That is my passion. Okay. My compassion is for the people in the world who don't know this stuff, that don't know that they can heal their bodies. They don't know that they can create the relationship. They don't know that they can create the business. They don't know that they can create the health and the career and the experiences that they want. That is my compassion. And my strength is talking, coaching programs, coaching, speaking, right? And so now putting all those things together, I'm on fire. But what am I avoiding doing? Marketing. Okay. So now we get back to overcoming the fear of marketing. What is stopping me? That's the next question. Why? Now, what is the thing that I'm avoiding doing? Is it going to the gym and working out? Is it going to a place where I might meet some people to start a relationship? Is it putting my resume out there to get the job? And so now you're going to do the same thing. You're going to ask the 5 whys of why you are avoiding the thing. Why are you avoiding the thing? What you're going to do in this state is asking yourself 5 whys, or more if you need to get all the way to the bottom of what is your limiting belief regarding this goal. I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm not fast enough. I'm not rich enough. I'm not pretty enough. I don't want to be seen. I don't want to be heard. I don't want people to see me. I don't want people to judge me. I don't feel accepted. What is it? Then now you've got something tangible to work with. Now you have something tangible. Now you go back and you listen to the podcast about uncovering and removing or releasing limiting beliefs, and you do that work. Boom. What you've just done is in the circle that you drew on your journal, is you have just erased a line. You just erased a little bit of the line in the circle that creates your doorway to your desire. Bam, fraggers. Now you're like, okay, dude, is this really going to work? And I go, oh, heck yes, it will. You know why? Because I do it all the freaking time. Okay. You erase a little part of that line. Guess what's not there anymore, folks? Fear. Guess what is the only thing stopping you from going from here to there? Fear. It's the only thing stopping you. And if you can uncover your why that moves you forward like a dog on the hunt or a mama bear going to rescue her baby, if you can uncover the why at that, and that is the fuel for your car to push you forward towards your desire, and you can release the fear, dude, you got nothing standing in your way. You have nothing standing in your way to reaching your highest potential. I hope you found this well. I hope that you totally will do this work. Get your journal out, get your pencil out, get to work on it right now, and start creating your life in your way. I'll see you on the next. If you enjoyed this show, please consider making a small donation. This helps me to continue creating powerful episodes for you each week, but also you become a bigger part of changing the world by changing yourself one episode at a time. By investing in my show, you are investing in yourself, your life, and your planet. And by elevating yourself, you are elevating others around you. And I thank you.